Hello, internet masses. So today is in fact Wednesday. I'm recording this at about 9 a.m. The other reason why I haven't been able to record this previously is because now I currently work on campus. And because I'm working on campus, I get off at 5 and the lighting isn't all that great at 5 o'clock. So one of the projects we have to do in our EGR 101 class is model in SolidWorks. Because I was taught how to use SolidWorks in high school, I've already finished the assignment like 2 weeks in advance. But I did get to teach one of my colleagues on how to model and 3D print something that he designs. For weeks, he bothered me about making a penny in a cube. And let me show you this real close. So for weeks, he's been bothering me to make a penny in a cube. The penny has a larger diameter than the circles inside the cube, so the penny can't actually escape from this little box. So I told him without a doubt that I would definitely 3D print it if he modeled it. So yesterday I taught him how to model in SolidWorks and he was able to successfully make the cube and we didn't have any errors on the print job. Now I do have a bit of Z-banding right now. I'm working to get a lead screw upgrade kit for the 3D printer. So yesterday he made his first ever 3D model in SolidWorks and he was able to print out his first ever 3D print. The fact that the first thing that he 3D printed was not a file he got off the internet, but something that he actually made himself is pretty awesome. Modeling alone was pretty impressive for him. He was really enjoying it, but being able to touch the model that he just designed only an hour after he made it, that's pretty awesome. So this is Robert. He's the man that designed the penny in a cube.
I have a penny in a cube.
So yeah, he was really excited about doing this. I'm really surprised how fast he picked up SolidWorks. But now he's ready to model some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is only one day.
So he's ready to keep going. So, an update on what I'm doing right now. I am currently working on the new extruder housing to fit flexible filament in there. Kind of working back and forth trying to figure out how to get that to work. For my LED strip video, I actually posted the circuit board along with a forum thread on the Robo 3D forum, so you can now figure out how to wire your own 3D printer like this, and it also has the code I use to run the lights. And I will be making a supplemental video to that other video soon that goes into more detail on how to wire the actual circuit board and put it on the ramps board of the 3D printer. And then I have a few upcoming videos that I know I'm definitely gonna do. I'm gonna have a video soon about how to do perfect time lapses like the one right here. Hopefully I can get that to work. Also, I want to do a video on how much a 3D printer costs to run and how much you should charge for running your 3D printer. Currently, right now, my printer has a tad bit of Z-banding. It got a lot worse after Austin reassembled my printer because I had it really calibrated, but when he reassembled it, he might have bent one of the helical couplers. And instead of replacing the helical coupler, I'm just gonna throw $100 at Robo 3D and get a lead screw upgrade kit. But I need to work to get the money to do the things first, so I gotta work on that. So, that's all for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, make sure you leave your comments down below. If you like this video and want to see more like it and or cooler videos, make sure you click that subscribe button. I usually don't do videos like this. They're usually much more interesting, a lot more involved, but currently right now I need to fix the Z-banding on my 3D printer, so that's #1 priority. But thanks for watching.